Everyone. It is no, actually, it is Tuesday morning. I put Monday morning updates on here because yesterday was a holiday. So we're going to pretend it's Monday. It is for people in the workforce. What I want to start doing is every day give you all an update on our authors and what they're doing. The reason for that is simple. If we keep the authors out there, then y'all will be more interested in going and getting their books. So today, I am going to start with two of my children's authors, Mary Brotherton and Linda Humphery. Linda Humphery lives in Tennessee, and she wrote Cornfield Flyers in East Tennessee. That little book is about paragliders that come up out of cornfields in East Tennessee. What she did is she took that title and had children write poems based on their thoughts. This is one of the neatest children's books I have ever seen. Mary Brotherton did the illustrations, and it is now available on Kindle and in paperback on Amazon. Please support my children's authors. We are getting more and more every day, and children need the joy of books. Sure, we give them devices, we give them iPads, we give them our iPhones to play games. Why don't we go back to books? And you say, well, they can't read. It doesn't matter. If you, as a parent, start reading to your children, trust me, they will learn the love of reading. My mother read to me before I ever started school. I learned to read before I ever started school. When children were in the reading circle reading See Dick Run, See Jane Run, I was already at the end of the book. By the time I was in third grade, I was reading on a fifth and sixth grade level. Devices are all well and good. It keeps children entertained, but they are a babysitter. Give your child a book. When I traveled with my kids long ago and far away in a different galaxy, books were always in the car with us. I packed books like I packed their snacks. At that time, they were looking at the little golden books, and while they might not have always been able to read them, they looked at the pictures and figured it out. My youngest daughter is named Samantha. She grew up with Dr. Seuss's books, and she grew up knowing about green eggs and ham because I read that to her all the time because it says, I am Sam, Sam I am, green eggs and ham. Reading is so important to children. It enhances their imagination. It teaches them life's lessons. It expands their world before they ever get out there. Mary Brotherton has written two children's books that are also up on Kindle and Amazon. The first one is called Sally's Heart. Now, Sally's Heart is about helping a child understand about organ donation. Children don't always get it. They don't always get death. They especially do not understand about organ donation. There are some adults that don't understand about organ donation. Sally's Heart talks about someone who grew up, did all these things, and she wasn't afraid. And her name was Sally. And Sally died. But Sally's heart was given to someone else who had an opportunity to continue living. That is not something that we want to hide from our children. That is not something that we want to whitewash. If it had not been for organ donation, a 12-year-old girl might not be alive today. When we lost my granddaughter at 13, her parents unselfishly and without a moment's hesitation donated her organs. This 12-year-old girl is now grown. I don't know what her life is about. We've never met her. We've never talked to her parents. But I am sure that she is living life to the fullest. Teach your children, using Sally's Heart by Mary Brotherton, that is the greatest gift that one can give, and that is to give one's organs to someone else so that they might have a chance at life. Let's face it, when this earthly body is done, we have no use for those organs, and if they're viable, why not? Why not give someone else the opportunity to have a chance at living? Mary also wrote another little book called My Angel Book. It is for children. And what Mary talks about and teaches children is that there are angels all around us. There are angels in our pets. There are angels in nature. There are unseen angels. And they are all around us. And sometimes they might even help us. We are getting a new author, which I touched briefly on the other day, Tara Harkless. She writes children's fantasy, and she will be writing about Sage, a fairy, and her world. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, so important that we reach our children. Let's don't dull their brains with device babysitters. Let's teach our children the love of the written word and the love of books and the love of imagination. The reason I say that is the art of reading is a dying art. We're so engrossed in keeping our children quiet and keeping our children out of our hair and not engaging with our children that we have forgotten. We help retard those brains. We don't teach our children the love of an encyclopedia or the love of a dictionary or the love of reading a book that might stretch our vocabulary. Because I would venture to say that 99% of the world's population no longer reads. Why? We've grown lazy. We say we're too busy. It's easier to pick up a device and play a game or be on social media or waste time that we'll never get back. Reading is not only fundamental, but reading is educational. And those three books I just mentioned, The Cornfield Flyers of East Tennessee, Sally's Heart, and My Angel Book, are so important. It gives our children a foundation to want to read more. And I will venture to guess that these three wonderful ladies, these three wonderful artists, will be giving us more. I know with Tara, her books are going to grow with the children. She's going to start off with the wee ones, And then she will continue the series as the children get older to reach those children so that they can grow with those books. I don't think this is something that's ever been done before, and I think that it will be so much fun for her to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please teach your children to read. Read to your children. Don't just tuck them in bed at night and say, see you in the morning, love you, bye. Read them a story. Help them to understand that our brains are filled with so much unknown information that we can get lost in a book, that we don't have to be using devices to babysit our children, to play games, to do things that have no value. If you're in a restaurant, don't take a device for your child. Take a book. If you're in the car, don't put a movie on. Give them a book. If you're sitting in a doctor's waiting room, don't give them a device to numb their brain. Give them a book. Read to them. Teach children the love of books. I cannot thank my mother enough for teaching me the love of books. Even in fiction books, I learned so much. Teach your children to read with an open mind. Child might say, well, I got nothing out of this. Oh, yeah, they will. Cornfield Flyers of East Tennessee, those children wrote such beautiful poems about many, many things. Sally's Heart is a love story. And I say that because it is a love story of someone who gave their heart to someone else. Literally. A child can learn that. My angel book is a love story, a story of hope, a story of peace. So even little children can learn from their books. Teach your children the love of reading. Tomorrow, we will talk about more authors. On Thursday at 3 o'clock, I will be doing my podcast with Andrea. Mary is still out of town. She will be back next week. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled Wednesdays. And Andrea and I will talk about the pirates out there that's stealing our work. Every day on social media, I see download audibles, download this, and then I go online and I see pirating books. When those pirates pirate our books, we don't get paid. And ladies and gentlemen, why we love to write, it's not a hobby for us. It's a profession. So until Thursday, when we talk about that, I will leave you go. Have a good day. And remember this. Reading is fundamental. Teach your children the love of reading. And who knows? Maybe you'll get that love of reading yourself. I've heard people say, well, I don't read. Yes, you do. You just don't know you read. Go back and start reading. When I was in 7th grade, I read War and Peace. I read Dr. Zhivago. I read In Cold Blood. Because I love to read. So until tomorrow, I will say this is the end of this video, the end of this live. Go and look up Mary Brotherton and Linda Humphreys. Cornfield Flyers of East Tennessee, Sally's Heart, and my angel book.